I'm a lot more relaxed. I'm enjoying myself, but I think that's been the process of the last few years. This has just kind of fitted in nicely into that routine and into that ongoing journey, I think.
Wish you'd done it a few years ago?
Funnily enough, I'm a great believer that things happen when they're right. So, you know, I know that for whatever I've been through, I'm supposed to be through it, and I feel better for it. I'm enjoying this now as a result of what I've been through, and I want to make the most of it. You know, who knows where it's going. I believe that wholeheartedly that the best of me is still to come, and yeah, and I'm looking to put that into action.
When Martin Johnson gave you the call and said you're in, did you kind of expect it, or were you slightly surprised given that you hadn't played for sort of 10 months?
It's always a surprise, I guess, because you never, I guess, pencil your own name into anything. So no, it's a big surprise, but at the same time, I guess what's been nice is having that open mind. It's hugely important, but I'm not one of those guys that marks in the diary, England squad announced today, so you're kind of ticking off the days, and you just understand it's something you desperately want to do. If I'm being the best I can be, that's the only way I can really fully give myself to the challenge of becoming an England player again and doing those things. And when I play for England, I try and be the best I can be, and that may open up the Lions or something like that. You know, so you just, day by day, it's more simple that way. And when they told me, I said, that's great news, but it's just a marker, because you know when you turn up here, you have to do your best in order to try and compete, and then you have to be in the games, you have to do your best to try and win the game and help the boys to get in the next one. It's all the same, you know, you can never stop thinking you've made it.
How good is it to be back in the England squad, turning up and running around at Twickenham?
Oh yeah, brilliant. It's a great feeling. Just, it's nice to come back in. There's a bit of a familiarity there, which is still there despite all these years, you know, and all the kind of the breaks and everything. It's just great to be back, and amongst the guys, a fabulous squad. There's a real common feeling amongst the squad, common understanding. Everyone just, I think, feels like we're on the same wavelength the whole time. A real compatibility with the coaches, a real kind of feeling of support from the coaches. Just a good place to be at the moment.
And having got back and into the swim of it, does it seem as if you've not been away, or have you got new coaches there now telling you different things?
I think the great thing about this is the core ethics and values and structure there that I've been so fond of, but I've also that have formed such a huge part of my history with England in terms of my involvement. They seem to be as ever present here at the moment. Yeah, they're strong as they've ever been. I think they're everywhere, and in that respect, I think it feels more similar than ever. Yeah, there's new coaches, new things being, but those, you're used to that because you've got to move with the times. But what seems to be really in place is, and it feels very similar to when, 2003 sort of time. It just feels like there's a bunch of guys, and it's all just that hugely, positive and really strong togetherness. Good energy there.
Now, what about all the injuries? Are you 100% fit in every part of your body and soul?
Yeah, as ever. I never sort of come back playing unless I am. But yeah, there's a journey going on inside of me in terms of where I'm going emotionally and mentally with all this, which is helping me ever to improve as a player and hopefully as a person. Physically, I take a knock or two, I come back, I'm ready to go again. And unfortunately, I've taken a few knocks all around the place, which I haven't really been able to help. I don't have necessarily chronic injuries, which, like they just keep breaking down. I just seem to have found a few around, different places, which has been tough. But I've played my couple of pre-season games now. I feel great. I feel fantastic. I've been training here. I feel physically, I feel good, and mentally, I know I'm always moving in the right direction.
You've played a couple of half games, have you? Have you played one full game?
I played 40 minutes and then 60 minutes. So of two.
Getting there.
So getting there, yeah. And like I said, I think I came off after the first one feeling great. After the second one, 60 minutes, I had another 60 easy, I think.
How hungry and desperate are you to have that England jersey in the November internationals?
Oh, more than ever. I mean, I may be 30 years old. I'm surprised I didn't actually mention that, did I? I said I was older. Yeah, I was going to say I don't mention it a lot on the basis that it really doesn't appeal to me. I think what does is the fact that I've been out of the game for 10 months. Before that, I had a rather unsatisfactory ending to a Six Nations. Before that, World Cup. Before that, injuries. I really haven't been involved that much. The hunger is not so much of how much rugby I feel I've left, as more the fact that I feel like I've missed out on so much, and I really want to be back involved. age doesn't play a part now. I just want to be back involved in that setup and that routine of what life used to be for me, and understanding that although it will never be the same, it can be so much better. You know, with what I've learned, what I've been through, I now want to see what I can do with that opportunity, and I've got to work hard and see if I can earn myself that right. But right now it's just great to be here and amongst guys that feel the same way.
And there's a World Cup in 2 years. You've quite a good record on World Cups, haven't you?
Yeah, maybe it's best for me just to stay out the way until the World Cup comes around. Yeah, I tend to turn up every 4 years, but I prefer to get involved a bit before that. We'll wait and see.
Now, just a week before the French domestic season kicks off, Toulon and their new signing Jonny Wilkinson warmed up by beating Australian side the Brumbies 20 points to 6 in a friendly. The England fly half kicked 12 points on the night, and he's looking forward to the new campaign, confident that his new team can compete for the title.
It's difficult when people ask about the season, where do you think you'll finish, without saying, well, we want to finish first. There's no point in saying, well, I hope we finish third or fourth, because it means you're actually choosing to lose games. We're not choosing to lose any games in this season. We'll deal with whatever happens, and we'll learn from whatever happens, but the idea is we play with everything we've got every game, and it's do or die for that 80 minutes, and then after that you learn, you go on to the next one. But hopefully that attitude will be something that allows us to finish in the right place at the end of the season, to be in the playoffs, to try and win the whole thing.
On a personal level, Wilkinson is enjoying his new lease of life in the south of France. After an injury nightmare throughout much of the last 6 years, he's approaching full fitness once again.
I feel good, but I'm getting better with each day, with each week. I think the difference for me is playing on the field. Training is easy when there's no one against you, but under the pressure, that's where I will learn quickest. When I make mistakes, or when I do things that maybe I look back at and think I would have done differently, that's a good thing.
Well, after coming through pre-season unscathed, Wilkinson is expected to start when Toulon get their bid for a first domestic title since 1992 underway against Stade Francais.